One problem in supply chain is that we need to be producing about 270,000 jobs each year just to keep up with the economic growth. And of that amount, we're only producing about 75,000 graduates.
The corporate industry currently faces a lack of skilled students to hire as supply chain professionals. We have a statistic that tells us that 64% of people who are hiring for supply chain positions do not find the right candidate because candidates just don't have the right skills.
There are unfilled jobs within the supply chain industry today, mainly because, number one, the disciplines are not being taught on a regular basis in the supply chain environment. And there's not many places for those individuals to go.
What we have found is a lot of our students that are graduating from high school are only finding jobs that are minimum wage. And that's why there needs to be some type of program that provides students with an opportunity to make more than a minimum wage.
As students enter the market, they don't have the necessary skills, so they're making mistakes that are becoming very costly to companies. Sometimes companies are spending millions of dollars due to mistakes there, and they can't afford to make those.
We at the Institute realized that the skills that are being demanded by the supply chain job market and the education that's being offered does not match. So we tried to bridge the gap between the theoretical knowledge and the practical application through our unique training program. Some of the key highlights of this program are we start with the technological skills that are required by any supply chain professional, and then we move into the fundamentals of supply chain, which we call as the principles of supply chain management, offered by Apex.
The Institute is going to be covering supply chain theory with topics like inventory management, manufacturing resource planning, capacity planning, procurement, and distribution. These are all standard components for any supply chain, and we believe that the student coming out of this program from the Institute is going to have the equivalent of about a year's worth of work behind them.
At the Institute for Supply Chain Innovation, we're going to be helping students learn how to present themselves, how to interview well, and how to get the job. And what we're going to be doing is preparing them for interview readiness through image consulting, personal image consulting, and personal grooming, and then interview readiness itself. So when somebody comes in, they should match their resume.
The final exam that we will administer at the Institute will be based on standard Apex questions. Apex is an international organization for operations and supply chain management. The same material is taught, the same standard questions are administered globally. We're going to compare our students with the global market that Apex serves.
One of the differentiators of this training program is the simulation training, and we offer our VChain proactive software to conduct this simulation training.
At IC, we have a revolutionary software that teaches students the practical and theoretical side to the supply chain. They're put through real-world supply chain scenarios, and so when they graduate, they're able to get higher-paying jobs.
The impact that we want to do at the Institute of Supply Chain Innovation is that we want to teach students to become proactive thinkers. But in order to be proactive, we have to first define what does it mean. So we want to teach students to detect problems before they disrupt a business. We want them to understand the dynamics of those problems, and we want them to understand the consequences. What happens if they don't fix them? How's it going to impact the customer? How's it going to impact the business?
Well, the Institute's going to be fantastic for our kids. They'll get a quality certification when they leave this program. The supply chain industry is nationwide, worldwide, and there will be jobs out there for our students that pay very good wage, very competitive, and they do not have to settle for minimum wage.
In Texas, we now have legislation that requires schools to provide career options for students, and that is exactly what this program will do.
The training program at ISCI is of more than 200 hours. So this makes the program a very intense program. Any students who's exposed to this program gets the knowledge and the skills which can easily be compared to any working professional who has been with a supply chain industry for more than a year or two.
The benefits to corporations is that they'll get better prepared students.
This software is going to help the corporates because it teaches our students the cause and effect to their decisions. This makes the students more efficient, and so when they graduate and enter the real world, they've already gone through supply chain scenarios, preventing them from making mistakes in their real jobs. This will save the corporates millions of dollars.
If you're a student that's looking for a career and can't afford college, if you want an accelerated program that can get you there in a short amount of time to a high-paying job, then this is the type of program you need to look at.